Good day everyone, this is Nasli Kubia from the group 3. So now I will be the first reporter from our group, and the topic that we're going to discuss is business process modeling and simulation. Business process modeling gives organization a simple way to understand and optimize workflows by creating data-driven visual representation of key business processes. So most enterprises have a pretty good idea of the various business processes powering their daily operations. However, when they need to ensure that those processes consistently drive optimal outcomes, a pretty good idea isn't enough. If an organization wants to invest research and development or the RD to produce sufficient returns, IT issues resolved with minimal downtime or a highly accurate lead qualification workflow. So it needs to understand these processes on an objective and comprehensive level. Even the business users directly involved in these processes, they lack total transparency into exactly what happens at every step of the way. Business analysts can gain end-to-end views of the business process life cycle through business process modeling. So a business process management, or the BPM, technique that creates data-driven visualizations of workflows. This process model helps organizations document workflows, surface key metrics, pinpoint potential problems, and intelligently automate processes. What is business process modeling? A business process model is a graphical representation of the business process or workflow and its related sub-processes. Process modeling generates comprehensive, quantitative activity diagrams and flowcharts containing critical insight into the functioning of a given process, including the following. First, we have events and activity that occur within a workflow. So, there makita nimo ang mga events, ang mga nanghitabo during the process. Then, who owns or initiate those events and activities? Kung kinsa ang nagdumala or kinsa ang nag-lead during those events. Then, decision points and different parts workflows can take based on their outcomes. Then, devices involved in the process, timelines of overall process and each step in the process, success and failure rates of the process. So, in business process modeling, makita nimo tanan dito ang mga nahitabo every step nga perform sa usa ka business. Key aspects of business process modeling. First, process models are not made manually. Yes, they are not made manually because they are produced by data mining algorithms that use the data contained within event logs to construct models of the workflows as they exist. Second, because process models are based on quantitative data. So they offer genuinely objective views of workflows as they exist in practice, including key data, metrics, or events that may have otherwise gone or unnoticed. For example, by creating a model of its new account creation process, a software company might discover that a significant number of customers are abandoning the sign-up process because it takes too long. A model could even help the company pinpoint the exact stage at which this drop-offs occurs. Third, process models are typically rendered using one or two standardized styles of graphical business process notation or business process modeling notation, or the BPMN, or also what we call or Unified Modeling Language, or UML. Within these notation systems, certain visual elements have universally recognized meanings when used in a process model. Whether an organization uses UML diagrams or the BPMN diagrams, these standardized notation methodologies allow process models to be easily shared and read by anyone. So, just like for example, this sign. Arrow represent sequence flows. Diamonds represent decision points or gateways. Oval represent beginnings and endpoints of the process. Rectangles represent specific activities within a workflow. Swim lanes are used to identify who owns which components of the process. Then we have the fourth one. Business process model shouldn't be confused with process map. Process map is another common type of business process diagram. Process maps are based on employee reports, are created manually, and provide higher level views of workflows. Process model are data-driven deep dives that presents more objective views of workflow. How business process models are made. To fully understand business process modeling techniques, one must first understand the relevant business process modeling tools, event logs, and process mining. Most enterprise IT systems maintain event logs. These event logs are digital records that automatically track state changes and activities, for example, events within the system. Anything that happens within a system can be an event. The following are some common events example. First, a user logins, a user updates a records, a user submit a form, information is transferred between systems. Event logs track both the occurrence of events and information surrounding these events, like the device performing an activity and how long the activity takes. Event logs act as an input during the production of process model. So what is process mining? Process mining is the application of the data mining algorithm to all of this event log data. The algorithm identifies trends in the data and uses the results of its analysis to generate a visual representation of the process flow within the system. So this visual process mining algorithms can be applied to a single system, multiple systems, or entire technological ecosystems and departments. Then, business process modeling use cases. Process models offer unprecedented levels. Business process modeling use cases. Process models offer unprecedented levels of transparency into company workflows, making them a key business process management tool. While process models can be leveraged in any scenario that requires analyzing business processes, these are some of the most common use cases. So, we have gaining 360-degree insight into processes. A single process model can contain a wealth of workflow data, allowing team members to analyze a workflow from multiple perspectives. Business analysts often use business process model to zero in on the following workflow components in particular. So first, control flow. Control flow refers to the order in which steps and commands are executed within a process. So a process model depicts a workflow chart of a given process so that a team can clearly see what steps are taken and when. This perspective also or help the team identify any dependencies between steps. Then, organization. Organization is a process model can capture who is involved in the process, including people, of course, the teams, systems, and devices, and how they interact with each other. This perspective illuminates the connection between people and systems that form the organizational social network. In this way, a process model offers insight into how various components of a business functions together. Then, the third one, time. A process model can record how long a process takes overall and how long each step takes, allowing the team to identify delays, slowdowns, and bottlenecks within the workflow. Then the last one, case. A process model can offer a general view of how given workflow typically play out, or it can reflect a particular case or instance of a workflow. Teams often use this case perspective to analyze anomalous process outcomes. For example, if a specific instance of workflow results in lower than average outcome quality, teams can isolate exactly what went wrong. Optimizing and standardizing processes. Process models accurately reflect existing workflow inefficiencies, making it easier to identify opportunities for process optimization. Once workflows have been optimized, businesses can use process modeling to standardize workflows across the entire enterprise. The model acts as a template for how processes should play out, ensuring that every team and employees approaches the same process in the same way. This leads to more predictable workflows and outcomes overall. Assessing new processes. Process model can take the guesswork out of implementing and evaluating new business processes. By creating a model of new process, business user can get a real-time look at how that workflow is performing, allowing them to make adjustment as necessary to achieve process optimization. Analyzing resource usage. Process model can help companies track whether money and resource investment produce suitable returns. For example, by creating a model of the standard sales process, an organization can see how sales representatives are utilizing the tools and system at their disposal. It may turn out that a certain tool is used much less frequently than anticipated, in which case the organization can choose to disinvest from the tool and spend that money on solution the sales team actually uses. Communicating process or communicating processes. Communicating processes. Communicating processes. Process models transform complex processes into concrete images, making it easier to disseminate the discussed processes throughout the organization. For example, if one department has a particular efficient process for troubleshooting technical problems, the business can create a model of this process to guide implementation on an organization-wide scale. The benefits of business process modeling. Access and utilize quantitative process data. Without a process model, teams are limited to discussing and analyzing workflows in qualitative and subjective terms. Streamline and accelerate process automation. Before a process can be automated, an organization needs a clear understanding of how the process plays out in reality, including the business logic underpinning each decision point. Last one, keep operation costs down. Process models provide organization with an easy way to identify opportunities to optimize existing processes. This makes it easier for the company to ensure that processes consistently produce the desired outcomes. So as a result, business processes require less investment to maintain and generate positive outcomes at a lower cost. That's the end of my report. Thank you so much and God bless.